Hello, everyone. Welcome to again the Husky Bible podcast. This is your Husky Bible Ariel. I'll be doing this solo today due to inconveniences or things that are out of our control. With things happen. Jonathan is indisposed at the moment, and in order to have something rather than nothing, here I am alone to entertain all of you. And boy, I guess you guys are like asking for it. Asking, wow, what would be the best thing to do with another solo podcast by yours truly? Like, I always come up with these bangers that just, fill out. Let's just stop talking. I'm not here to ramble or rattle or whatever. I'm not here to BS you or blow smoke up your rear end. Let's just call a spade and say that my solo podcasts are not that entertaining, to say the very least. But at least I found something to talk about. So I will read these and try to make some stupid comments about it, and hopefully some of them will be funny and will make you laugh. So what I found to talk about today is I found this 12 I thought boy you can no 12 crazy conspiracy theories that actually turn out to be true. Okay, so apparently it kills the lead. It buries the lead, and it starts from 1 to 12, and I've kind of read all of these. Not that, oh God, But hey, let's go and read these. Okay, so the first one that shows here on the 12 conspiracy theories that turn out to actually be true. So, if you have those friends of yours that are tinfoil hat wearers and believe that there are conspiracy, like Ron Funches said in one of his stand-up comedy routines, is that you think that the government is banning 1,000 and everything is fine. No, I mean, it's like if you have kids, eventually you do. How do I say this? Lead them a little bit astray, out of necessity or conveniences. So, with that being said, okay, so here we go with number one, which is called The Horror of Project Sunshine. Laughing at conspiracy theories is good fun, at least until they turn out to be true. Take the conspiracy surrounding Project Sunshine, for example. In the wake of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the U.S. government commenced a major study to measure the effects of nuclear fallout on the human body. Conspiracy: the government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing. The truth: the government was stealing parts of dead bodies because they needed young tissue. They recruited a worldwide network of agents to find recently deceased babies and children, and then take samples and even limbs, each collected without notification or permission of the more than 1,500 grieving families. Holy Christ. The world only woke up to the horrific scientific history of Project Sunshine half a century later, but there are still a lot of unexplained mysteries out there. Oh my God. Okay. That was a nice intro, wasn't it? What a way to go to break the ice. Okay. Number two, bad booze. Conspiracy. During Prohibition, the government poisoned alcohol to keep people from drinking. If you watch Boardwalk Empire, that's a very key piece of the plot of that series. Okay, the truth is manufacturers of industrial alcohol had been mixing their product with dangerous chemicals for years prior to Prohibition. But between 1926 and 1933, the federal government pushed manufacturers to use stronger poisons to discourage bootleggers from turning the alcohol into moonshine. That didn't stop the bootleggers or their customers, and by the end of Prohibition, more than 10,000 Americans had been killed by tainted booze. Two wrongs don't make a right. Much of the illegal booze was sold in infamous night spots called speakeasies, so called from the practice of speaking quietly about such a place in public or when inside it, so as not to alert the police and neighbors. Sorry. Oh God, Jesus Christ. And that's why I don't drink alcohol. Well, one of the reasons. The main reason is because my dad was an alcoholic, and I saw the glorious examples of that in my youth, in my childhood, and well, not so much teenage years. In my teenage years, he was already sober, thank God. But I saw the glorious effects of alcohol as a child, and yeah, religion had nothing to do with it. I just saw it and was like, not to me, not today, not to me. No, this is not for me. Anyway, we go in for a conspiracy that turned out into be reality. Number 3, and this might blow your minds for you who are listening. The first lady who ran the United States. Okay, conspiracy. A stroke rendered United States President Woodrow Wilson incapable of governing, and his wife surreptitiously stepped in. Okay, surreptitiously. Am I reading that right? Remember, people, English is my second language. I may be effing up here. And see, I'm trying to keep my word about the clean language here. The truth, Wilson did suffer a debilitating stroke towards the end of his presidency. But the government felt it was in the country's best interest to keep things quiet. Back when internet didn't exist and the news wasn't as mass populated as it is now. The public didn't learn about the stroke for months, during which time his wife, Edith Wilson, was making most executive decisions. Despite Mrs. Wilson claiming that she acted only as a steward, historians who have analyzed the Wilson term in office confirm that for well over a year, Mrs. Wilson was effectively the president. So, basically, feminist. We already had a women's president, so. Well, yay, I guess, okay. And although a woman president is yet to be formally elected in the White House, here are 10 quotes from the strongest women in the real world in silver screen for inspiration in the meantime. Sorry, I'm reading that from the article. So, effectively, not legally or publicly acknowledged, but technically, on a technicality, the United States already had a woman president, thanks to her husband's stroke. Okay, this one, if you read or listen rather, the Joe Rogan podcast, you probably know this by heart. The government mind control, that's number 4. Conspiracy. The CIA was testing LSD and other hallucinogenic drugs on Americans in a top secret experiment on behavior modification. The truth? The program was known as MK Ultra, and it was real. The CIA started by using volunteers. The novelist Ken Kesey was one notable subject. I can't read. Apparently, I can't read. One of the program heads soon began dosing people without their knowledge. MK Ultra left many victims permanently mentally disabled. That is wonderful. That is so nice. I'm being sarcastic, just in case. A little bit of chocolate water. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that wonderful? To know that you can just trust your government to keep you safe. That was lovely. And then when you go deeper into that rabbit hole, you find out more and more stuff. Also, let me see here. At the present time, another drug that alters food and perception and is causing great public concern because of its harmful effects is meth. Y'all remember our boy Heisenberg, Walter White. He was a king, you know. Anyway, the Dalai Lama the Dalai Lama's impressive salary. That's number 5. Okay. God, I'm reading this and I'm already laughing. Conspiracy. The Dalai Lama is a CIA agent. Holy shit. The truth. Perhaps the reason the Dalai Lama is smiling in all those photos has something to do with his 6-figure salary he pulled down from the U.S. government during the 1960s. According to this declassified intelligence documents, he earned up to $180,000 in connection with the CIA's funding of the Tibetan resistance in the tune of, holy Jesus, $1.7 million per year. What I would do with that money. The idea was to disrupt and hamper China's infrastructure. The Dalai Lama is believed to have the power to choose the body into which he is reincarnated, meaning that the current Dalai Lama is a reincarnation of the last. Today, millions of people across all religions believe in reincarnation. Okay, I don't know what the hell that has to do with anything, but dude was getting paid $180,000 in the 60s. In the mother freaking 60s. Yeah, I'm pausing here for dramatic effect. I'm making this pause for dramatic effect because in the 1960s, $180,000, which normal people do not get to see that money in their lifetime, or even accumulated in their lifetime. But it is what it is. Number 6. I don't know how this is even a conspiracy theory. I've known this for years. Anyway, I don't got any skin in the game, by the way, by stating that. Okay, John Lennon was under government surveillance. Conspiracy. The FBI was spying on former Beatle John Lennon. Truth. They most certainly were. Like many counterculture heroes, Lennon was considered a threat. Anti-war songs like Give Peace a Chance didn't exactly endear former Beatle John Lennon to the Nixon administration. NPR reported in 2010. In 1971, the FBI put John Lennon under surveillance, and the Immigration and Naturalization Service tried to deport him a year later. In 1957, John Lennon and Paul McCartney met at a party at... What the hell does this have to do with anything? I don't care where they met. They were talking about John Lennon here. I don't care what... Unless we're going to make a podcast about the freaking Beatles. We don't give a Controlling my language, people. Controlling my language. I'm trying to change. Anyways, yeah, I know about this. I saw a documentary about John Lennon. Of course, the documentary was speculating at that point. Was done before this 2010 reveal from the NPR. From NPR, but now we already know it's official. I mean, it's the amount of people that the FBI were keeping tabs on. They were keeping tabs on the Kennedys. They were keeping tabs on Martin Luther King Jr. Oh, what's a laundry list of people that they were keeping tabs on. So yeah, that's not that shocking. But hey, if you believe that without having the knowledge, well, you were right. Anyway, number 7, the government is spying on you. Holy Christ. This is considered a conspiracy. Jesus Christ. Let's read it. With the advances in technology, the government is using its vast resources to track citizens. No freaking crap. The truth. In 2016, government agencies sent 49,868 requests to user data to Facebook, 27,850 to Google, 9,076 to Apple, according to the Electronic Frontier Foundation, the EFF, a major nonprofit organization that defends civil liberties in the digital world and advises the public on matters of internet privacy. If you are concerned about your internet privacy, well, that's a whole another ball wax. Okay, but like this is considered a conspiracy theory that the government is spying on their people. Like Edward Snowden didn't warn you. Like Edward Snowden didn't say anything. Of course they are. Like like you just have to say something. Oh, I want a car. Guess what happens? If you got an Android phone, you're gonna get like commercials out of the yin yang. Cars, used cars, this cars, no, the other cars. So, oh, I would like a house. You're gonna get freaking realtors coming out of the woodwork because these phones are capturing everything you're saying. And I have mine right next to me. I don't have that many problems with it. In a sense, I guess I don't have that many problems because I'm not a threat to anybody. I'm not here trying to get anybody or you know, there's nothing to fear about me. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. So, but the fact that they're listening to our conversations and people buying stuff in order to speak to it, like, for example, Alexa, can you thank you for providing internal information of me and providing that data to the government. Thank you very, very much. Because if you think that this stopped once Edward Snowden ratted it out, you are sadly mistaken. This is just getting better now. The technology is more precise now. So if you think that that the government don't know the things that you say on the phone, you are sadly mistaken. So this one is not so much a conspiracy theory. This is for realsies. Yo, I guess what I should add there. Okay. Stop trying to be funny. Okay, the conspiracy theory number 8 that turned out to be true. Fake battle, real war. The conspiracy. The Gulf of Tonkin incident on August 2nd, 1964 was faked to provoke American support to the Vietnam War. Oh, so this shit is old as time. Okay. All right, I understood. By the time news reached American ears, the facts surrounding the North Vietnamese attack on the American naval ship Maddox were already fuzzy. Declassified intelligence documents have since revealed that the Maddox had provided support to South Vietnamese attacks on a nearby island, and the North Vietnamese were responding in kind, according to the U.S. Naval Institute. The event opened the floodgates for direct American military involvement in Vietnam. Ooh. You mean they've been BSing us all this time about fighting? Makes you question a lot of things, doesn't it? Look, I'm not even going to go there. Long pause and right. He was going to be like, he going to spill the beans now. I have no skin in this game, people. I don't know nothing. All I know is I don't trust anybody. That's all I do know. Number 9. Big Tobacco knew that cigarettes cause cancer. Conspiracy. For decades, tobacco companies buried evidence that smoking is deadly. The truth? At the beginning of the 1950s, research was showing an indisputable statistical link between smoking and lung cancer. But it wasn't until the late 1990s that Philip Morris even admitted that smoking could cause cancer. The benefits of quitting smoking are huge. Food tastes better, your mouth feels fresher, and most importantly, your risk of tobacco-related diseases drops significantly. I don't think we need to explore more on that because hello, yeah. Okay, this one falls more on the cutesy side. Okay, number 10, then please don't be alarmed by the title of this. Once I start reading, it will become clear. Number 10, there is an alien evidence in the American Southwest. Conspiracy, E.T. is buried in the desert of New Mexico. Shit, a lot of things fucking happen in New Mexico, you know. Blue Crystal Meth, Walter White, Gus Fring, Lalo Salamanca, and all that other stuff. You can tell I'm a big Breaking Bad fan, don't you? Okay. The truth. This one is real. The Atari video game E.T., the extraterrestrial, failed so miserably, and in other words, translation for those of you who did not understand that, it sucked donkey balls, failed so miserably that the company buried unsold cartridges in the desert landfill. Yeah. It's not easy to bury things forever if you are brave enough. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Okay. That one I actually saw the video when they discovered all those old Atari cartridges. What is Atari? Some of you may ask. Atari is one of, if not the first, gaming console that was sold widely worldwide, with graphics that a calculator would kill nowadays. All boxy, not even 8. I don't even know how to say it. Anyway, graphics were crap, but yay! It's the introduction to game consoles. I was lucky enough to be one of the guys, or one of the people on this beautiful earth that was able to have one of those things. Never had gotten to play E.T. I did play Spider-Man, and don't get me started on how those graphics look. I played a lot of Pac-Man on that console. I think it came with the Pac-Man game, I believe, and Donkey Kong. And by the way, those of you who are gaming historians, guess what character was spawned from Donkey Kong? Mario. And Mario became Super Mario, and the whole thing started from there. I apologize for the next one in advance. I'm reading this. I'm not coming up with this stuff. This is coming from the Reader's Digest, so I'm reading this from them. If you have issues with what I'm going to comment right now, take it up with Reader's Digest. I did not come up with these things. I am reading it from their website. Okay? So don't be hating me just because I looked up this stuff. Okay? All right. Let's continue. Number 11, Canada tried to develop a gaydar. Once again, I apologize. Conspiracy. The Canada, or why don't you just say the Canadian government? You people. The Canada government was so paranoid about homosexuality that it developed a gaydar machine. The truth. It really happened in the 1960s. The Canadian government, hired a university professor to develop a way to detect homosexuality in federal employees. Some of you already going and saying, Jordan Peterson, I don't know. I think he was too young back then. He was probably a kid. I don't think he had, not that he is anti-gay. Okay, so let's not go there. He came up with the machine that measured pupil dilation in response to same-sex erotic imagery. You cannot make this shit up. The Canadian government, you do know how to write it then. Okay, so you just decided to do it later. The Canadian government used it to exclude or fire more than 400 men from civil service, the military, and the Mounties. What in the... Are you kidding me? They fire people just because of probably being gay. Oh my God. You people complain about now, huh? Not easy back in the day. Anyway, let's go to number 12. The Illuminati and the U.S. government. Okay, this one is stupid. By the way, I'm just going to let you know. Conspiracy, the secret society that rules the world, the Illuminati, and the U.S. National Security Agency are in cahoots. The truth, we're here to tell you that a link does, in fact, exist. Of course, the link, quote unquote, is actually a hyperlink, i.e., an electronic link between two internet sites. Jesus Christ. You can tell that Reader's Digest. You can tell. How do I say this? What is their demographic? That you have to explain what is a hyperlink. I'm old, but I'm not that freaking old. Anyway, if you type Illuminati backwards, Itanimuli, I guess. Jesus Christ, forgive me. Into a web browser, you will land on the NSA website. Click this link if you dare. So yeah, if you type in IlluminatiBackwards.com, it will connect you to the NSA website. I don't know if consider that a conspiracy theory. That could probably just be having a sense of humor about it. Because I don't know. Look, there are people that believe in the reptilians, the falling angels, believe in all a bunch of stuff. And, since we pretty much touched the subject on conspiracy theories, what do I think about that? Look, everything to me is Schrodinger's cat. It's both dead or alive, exists, it doesn't exist until you open a damn box. So I'm open-minded to anything and everything until the proof is in the pudding, so to speak, until you find the truth and see what it says. That's what I mean. So these conspiracy theories turned out to be true. Also, the WMDs in Iraq and all that other fine stuff. So why do I do a podcast about conspiracy theories and whatnot? Well, the reason is that to tell you, just because something sounds like bullshit doesn't mean it is bullshit. And things that people in general thought that was bullshit turned out to be true. So that means that we don't know everything. We really don't know everything. We have an idea, we have a concept of that we think that we know, but the reality is we don't know. And until proof comes out, and by the way, mind you, most of these conspiracy theories that I read out is just declassified documents that have been declassified. So, yeah, I know, shocking, the government lying to us. What government hasn't lied to its people? Every government, one way or another, has lied to its people. Whether it's out of convenience or out of protection for said people or whatever. The thing is that don't just trust everyone that comes to you and tells you, oh, no, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and this and that, and all the other stuff. It is just, as George Carlin said, let the buyer beware. Let the buyer beware. No, I'm not going to repeat the rest because I'm trying, people. I'm trying to keep it more PG now. Like I said the last time, thinking about the things that I like, who I representing, my wife and my daughter. I want my daughter to look at her dad and be proud. Not that me cussing makes her less proud of me or whatnot. I just, want to be better. I just want to do better. And I say I'm a Christian. I should probably act like one, right? But not a religious one. Not a POS religious shoving things down people's throat and forcing them to be like him type of thing. No, I'm a let live and let live kind of guy, and I will let all of you live the way you want to live. Anyway, we're gonna keep this one short and sweet. So this is the end. My only friend, the end. You got yourself some money worth there. Only time you're going to hear me sing. Anyway, TeePublic, new designs are up there. Buy t-shirts. If you don't want to buy t-shirts, buy stickers. They're cheaper. Or buttons, or phone cases, whatever your heart's desire. Even hoodies, whatever. Just buy there. The links are always in the description of the podcast. So wherever you get your podcasts, iTunes or Jesus Christ, I don't think iTunes has had a podcast. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from, just let it be there. Remember our website, huskybarboopod.com. That's where you can get all the episodes. Previous episodes are all there in all its profanity laced glory. I need help. My social media at that Ariel Duran, both Instagram and Twitter. Also the same for the podcast, the at Husky Barbu Pod, still there. Follow us on social media and follow me. Jonathan, although he is out, he is still part of the team, so he should be promoted and shown on his social medias as well. Let me make sure that I have his info here. Hopefully, okay, yes. Okay, so his is Johnny Boy 426. That's on Instagram, so you can follow Jonathan, follow him as well. And my apologies for him not showing up. It's just that, life, busyness, and whatnot. He has a family to take care of, and we wish him well. So, Jonathan, if you're listening to this, no hard feelings. I know life, busyness, and whatnot. So, yeah. So be cool, be safe, and don't worry about it. So, this has been the Husky Barbu podcast number 84. Weird way to finish the podcast by introducing that part. But anyway, I hope that you learned something, were amused or entertained by it somewhat. And I'll stop talking now. Take care. Listen to y'all next week. Bye.